So LUCKI recently dropped the Fire album and there are a lot of unique and different beats. So today I'm going to show you how you can make beats inspired by that album, and there are some different styles in there, so I want to blend them together in one beat. So let's take a listen to this song.
I'm on another level, had all of y'all. I'm on another level.
As you can hear, the melody is pretty busy and you can't really understand what is going on. So at first I didn't know how to remake something like that, but I think the solution is to make a melodic sample and then flip it in Fruity Slicer as we want it. And for these melodic beats I really like to use one-shots. I don't know why, but I feel like they sound better. So I will go in my Nebula Nova one-shot kit. Yeah, also this one can work. Okay, let's copy this. Ooh. Okay, that's a really nice foundation. Let's try to copy this over, and we can add some bass notes on this. Okay, here as you can see I just went down 4 semitones, and this is a really common progression in these melodic beats. But now it isn't sounding really good because here we have B as a bass note, but we are playing a D sharp minor chord. So we can try to pitch this up. Yeah, I like that. And maybe you can create some variation here. Okay, I like this melody, and now we can add the top melody on this, because this is really basic and we need to spice this up. Ooh. Yeah, that's fire, man. This kinda reminds me of a Minecraft melody. Okay, so to make this type of melody is really easy. Usually when you make hard beats, I suggest you only to use these notes that are only one semitone apart. But to create that melodic vibe, I suggest you to use all the notes in the scale. In fact, I think we are using all 7 of them, but I think we need to add some effects on this, because it can sound better in my opinion. So I already have Stereo Shaper with the Sterilize 3 preset to make the sound of it more wide. We can add also an EQ. And maybe some reverb too. Yeah, that's way better. Let's try to add a chorus too. Yeah. Okay, now I want this main melody to sound a little bit more full, so I think I'm going to layer the same melody with a key maybe. Yeah. That's fire, man. And I think I'm going to add also the same effects on this. And we can pen this on the right and this on the left. Okay, now that's fire. But we can try to layer these bass notes with a piano, because now are too much in the background and you can't really hear them. Yeah, let's use this piano. We need to make something like this with the envelope, and we can select F sharp. Now we are talking. Okay, so the main melody is finished and we have a really good foundation. In these melodic beats, they usually add like 1 or 2 counter melodies, and they are more busy than hard beats. Yeah, let's try this. A strategy to make these beats sound a little bit different and more unique is to add the slide notes. Yeah. Let's also reverb on this. Some delay too. Wait, I think this has a really good potential to be flipped. Try to render this. And as always, we can try to reverse it and stretch it. Yeah, that's better. This is a little bit more unique and I like this. We can automate the pen of it. Yeah. Okay, I like this, man. Now in some songs from this album, they're using some accents, so I want to try to add one. Let's try this goofy. Yeah, that's good. We can keep that. Okay, I like this, man. I want to add one last counter melody to make sure that we have enough variation for a full beat. Let's try to find a key. Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's fire. Okay, now I think we have enough variation for a full beat. So let's try to arrange this. So in the intro, we can just introduce the main melodies. And I'm going to make a shorter arrangement. Instead of having a 9-bar intro, I'm going to make a 5-bar intro, because then later we're going to flip it in Fruity Slicer and we can make them longer. Then the drop. Yeah, so this will be the second part of the hook. So in the verse we can take out this key. And on the second part of the verse, let's add again this counter melody. So now, as I said at the start, we need to resample this in Fruity Slicer. To do that, I'm just going to render this, and we can open it in Fruity Slicer. Let's stretch it even more. Yeah. So now we can duplicate all these parts to have a longer arrangement, and we can try to add some effects also on the whole sample. I want to start by adding some reverb. Maybe a chorus. And let's try to add Portal too. Yeah, something really subtle. And now let's add some crazy drums on this. So I will use the drums from the Nebula Cosmic Drum Kit. And by the way guys, if you want to check out the Nebula Multi Kit, that is a huge bundle, you will find the link in the description. So also in this type of beats, they use a clap as a snare. Yeah, let's use this one. And here we need to make a pretty bouncy pattern. Yeah, something like this. And we can lower the volume of these counter snares. Yeah. Now it's time for the hi-hats. Let's use these ones that are more fat. And also in these beats, the hi-hats pattern are really simple. They just have some rolls here and there. We can just add the one at the start like this. Yeah, something like this. And we can click Alt-R to randomize the pen and the velocity. Yeah. Now let's add the head. So here we add the head just to create a lot more bounce. Yeah, something like this. It's pretty busy, but it will work. In these beats we can also experiment more by adding some perks. Let's try to add this tambourine, and let's try to select village for steps. Yeah, this can be the hook, man. It's adding a lot of energy. We can also change the pen of them like this and then copy them over. Yeah. And now it's time for the 808. In these beats they use a really subby 808 without that punchy effect that is classic with the spins, for example. So I'm going to use this future one. You know what, let's try to pitch it back down to the sharp. That's fire, man. And at the end, let's try to use triplets. Yeah, that's it. Yo, and G sounds crazy.
I got her to stick in my car before she set him up. Then I bought the same G twice, I need to kick the cop. Girls are freaky, said I put it on reach. I'm in a black truck like the prayers, but I can't get impeached. It's some niggas that want me dead,